whole concept of prompt chaining. So like embedded within the workflows, like you would probably prompt a workflow different than you would a regular like chat interaction. Because built within the workflow, you have multiple steps so you can focus on discrete tasks. So like this particular workflow, we're asking it to do a lot. There's like 10 or 12 steps here. This first step is just like scraping the profile, right? So the response from this is just the raw text from their LinkedIn profile. And then I have individual tasks just set to do specific things, like just extract their first name, just extract their last name, extract their job title, extract their this isn't extract, this is like summarize, right? So this is asking it to reason a little bit. So it's look at their entire work history and talk about the career progression of them. I mean, that's literally in this prompt, like write a paragraph summarizing their career progression trajectory and call it anything that stands out like a major career change, extract their education details and format it like this. So I'm asking it to do a lot of things. So if I try to condense all of this into like a single step, a single prompt, it wouldn't actually do a good job. It would get some things right. It would be very inconsistent. And if I need to do this 1,000 times, it might work 10% of the time. It might do an okay job 80% of the time. It might completely fail 10% of the time. Something like this, by breaking it up into several steps, you can guarantee success 100% of the time. And then besides that, if you have success in every previous step, you can pass that to future steps, right? So this one's like infer their job responsibilities, extract their technical skills, and then finally, you can see I'm passing all the outputs from these individual steps, which have not only just extracted data, like some of the steps are just extracting data from the larger text block, but some of them are actually like inferring things, like what do they talk about on LinkedIn? What is their education details, their work history, and their career progression, their job responsibilities. These are things and technical skills. These are things where I actually asked the AI to think. So it needed that space, that single request to be able to do that job well. But then if I have all that, I can pass all this stuff into this step. And then I can ask it to hypothesize 5 ways this person could use Copy AI. And so the results that we get from this are like really, really good because it utilizes this concept of prompt chaining, like given the AI a singular task where it can use all of its brain power to accomplish that singular task. And then you build up these singular tasks into one final one. And really, like this is the compelling part here. And you can take this a step further, right? So then we have all of this information. We can also then pass this to completely like other different workflows. Like we do this to lead score. Um, we do this also to write email copy or just generate a summary of this person prior to a meeting with them to let the account directors know who they're meeting with and what they might care about. But this is like a different form of prompting that's kind of unique to Copy AI. You might even extract different things, like this doctor, like head of surgery that you're trying to sell to. Like maybe you want to actually search the internet and scrape for articles that they've written or maybe scientific papers that they've been credited with or something like that. Might be some tidbits in there that you can extract, and then you would want to edit this part right here to instead, of course, it says hypothesize 5 ways this person could use Copy AI based on their profile. Like this would be completely different for like a medical device company that's selling, surgical machines. It might be, based on everything that they've written that we found in previous steps in their career progression and, hypothesize 5 different compelling reasons that this person in particular might want to use this machine. Like maybe in some of their papers, they've talked about, the benefits of using robotic machinery and surgery or something like that. But the prompt would be completely different. So to do that, you just go here and type. So I can say 5 ways this person could use, surgery LLC or whatever. You'd probably also want to pass in some information about surgery LLC here. So the AI is aware. It's not just going to have an intuitive understanding of what that is, especially if it's a new company. So you'd probably want to pass in some information about Infobase around your product and its benefits and its features and things like that. You can also play with other settings here, like which model is good at different tasks. So like Claude 2 is really good at writing. GPT-4 is really good at uh, reasoning. I picked Claude 2 on this one because Claude 2 is really good at creativity. And this is kind of a creative task that I'm asking it to do here. But that's how you would play with it. Like the easy things here, like extract first name, extract last name. You could use a model like Claude 1, which is going to be really fast and really cheap, and it's a pretty basic task, so you don't need like a big overpowered model for that. Oh, you can use different models for each step, and that's like a really cool benefit of
Chaining.
Copy.ai yeah.
Yeah.
Well, chaining, yeah, because again, like reasoning and like other things that you might want to do, you might want to use different models to do different things within a workflow. Especially like say you have like let's say this is end user facing. Like for us, this particular workflow kind of like runs async and it takes about a minute to run, but that's not really a big deal for us because it's just kind of running every time somebody signs up or fills out a form to talk to us or whatever. So we're okay waiting a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's not really like pressing. But if this was supposed to be in like a chat bot where a user is waiting for a response, you might err more towards like the side of a model that's faster, but maybe not as thorough. And then you're going to have to do some more heavy lifting on like the prompting side of things. Or, if it is a workflow, you might want to figure out like which steps give you good results with like a faster, lower quality model, and like which steps you do have to kind of use a slower, higher quality model on.